Hello my friends, Blackendrose here, and yes, this is not a gameplay, let's play, and all that stuff. There will be more of those coming, what with Cuphead in the works, and the Kerbal Training Academy, which is still in the works. I need to sort out a few things on my PC before I can do that, because space is becoming a bit slow. But, as the title indicates, that's not what this is about. Now, I get asked a lot of things. When I speak on Discord, when I speak on Twitter, when I speak on Skype, and various places, I get my throat's going. I get asked a lot of things. I get told a lot of things. A lot of people share their difficulties and their problems with me. And various people have asked me about becoming a counsellor or writing a self-help book or things like that. I wanted to share a few things with you guys to see if any of this will help anyone out there, and also to speak from personal experience. So, I think the best way to do this is for me to summarise my personal experience, which has been going on for the last, 7 months mainly, but pretty much all my life. I apologise for the coughing. Anyways. About 7 months ago, I left my job of 12 years at a place to go and work at another place. It was travelling a bit further. I think it was a bit more money and more prospects to move forwards. 1.5 weeks in that place, I left. The reason for that was that I had probably one of the biggest anxiety/depression breakdowns that I've ever experienced in my life. I won't go into all the details because, to protect the innocent. But basically, the way this transpired was pretty much after the first couple of days. Every day I was in this new place, I was getting more and more anxious and suffering more and more anxiety when I was there. At times, I had to go to a toilet cubicle and occasionally slap myself in the face to try and snap myself out of it. I was not in a good place. I would come home most days and burst into tears. It was a difficult time. One time I actually came home and I actually burst into tears in front of my folks. Really, really badly. I actually got so upset and so depressed and so down, my vision started to go. Like, I was seeing black. Just like endless blackness in front of me. And it is the only time in my life I've felt that low, that the only way out of that was out of my life. I am talking about self-harm there. I didn't do anything. Just want to clarify that now. I didn't do anything. But for someone like me who is very much against self-harm and suicide, for me to reach that stage is a really big thing. It was a turning point for me. I've had anxiety for various reasons all my life. And that was the point where it broke. I never returned to work after that, except to personally hand in my notice. I took a couple of days off because I felt physically ill, and then I called them up and said I was resigning. And the day after after I phoned them, I actually drove to the place myself, for my own benefit, really, and handed in my notice. And then I walked out. I left. That was about 1.5 weeks in a new place. And I know people are going to say that I didn't give it a chance, or that I should have stayed there longer. No. I knew this was wrong. Like, there was nothing right for me there. And I had to deal with that prospect that I had failed in that place. I could not do it. My anxiety and my depression got the better of me. And so I stopped working. I haven't worked since. But I made a decision that I would get back into work. I also made a decision that I wasn't going to claim benefits for that. Now, at the moment, I currently live at home with my parents. I just haven't been able to move out at this point. I decided that I didn't want to become someone who sponged off the state. So, I've been using the savings that I have to sustain myself. And I made a conscious choice there that I wouldn't become a sponge. I would continue to contribute as best I could to the family and to help out. I also sought out professional help. First through what's known as iTalk through the NHS. Yeah, that took about 6 months for them to get back to me. In that time, I'd actually sought out private therapy. And over these past few months, I've been reforming myself to get stronger, to get better, to overcome my problems and my anxiety, and to beat my depression once and for all. And my friends have been a godsend in that. I'm hoping to get back into work 2018, depending on how my anxiety goes. But this isn't just going to be about me talking about myself. That is setting the scene of where I went from breakdown to redemption. Now, my catchphrase, be yourself, be awesome, is a statement about living. It states that you don't have to be anything other than yourself to be awesome. You don't have to be like some famous celebrity, some like business tycoon. You don't have to be anything other than yourself to be awesome. And that comes from society today, where people try and judge themselves based on other people. Like the best example of that is women who objectify their own beauty based on like catwalk models. I mean that's the description I'm going to use, but you know what I mean, is judging your beauty based on what is in the media. And that's not good, because it's all subjective. Like, what you consider beautiful is not the same as what someone else considers beautiful. And it's the same with perfection. It's the same with anything. It's all about standards and context. What you think is perfect is different from someone else. My idea of, say, perfection is different from someone else's. Some people judge perfection based on money. Me, I judge it on character. I don't judge it on like the physical. I judge it on the emotional, the mental. But that's different for everybody. So don't try and make yourself into someone else. Be confident in yourself. Be happy with yourself. And make yourself the best you that you can be. Hence the term, be yourself, be awesome. You can be awesome by being yourself. Like, be the best you. If the best you is, I don't know, you have remarkable intelligence. Brilliant. Be the best you. Use that. Use that to build a life for yourself. If you like to be muscular, excellent. Build up those muscles. Go down, get yourself down to those gyms, and do something with that. Like, apply yourself through that. Don't try to be something you're not. I'm not saying that people who aren't intelligent are dumb. What I'm saying is that if you want to be something, then work towards it. But don't try to be someone else. Just be yourself. If you don't like who you are, then improve yourself. Make yourself you, the you that you want to be. Not be someone else. You are not going to be, I don't know, you're not going to be Taylor Swift. You are not going to be George Clooney. I'm just throwing out words now. You are not going to be these people, so don't try to be those people. You can take aspects of what make them and apply them, but don't try to be them. Like, just be yourself and be awesome. One thing I noticed as well is that a lot of people are very closed-minded. They take their views as fact. That's wrong, because your opinion is your own. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone is entitled to an opinion. Just because your opinions differ from someone else does not mean that they are wrong or you are wrong. I mean, granted, if there are facts, facts are facts. Like, they are evident facts. Let's. I mean, the Earth is round. That's a fact. Despite the fact that there are people out there who say it is flat. We have concrete evidence that it is round. So, there you go. However, if people who say, I don't know, so just some random opinion, I'm just sort of trying to think of one now that isn't going to offend people. Oh, sod it. Donald Trump. There's an obvious one. There are people out there who support what he does, and other people who say he needs to step down. Excellent. They are opinions, though. There is no fact in that. It is just opinion. So, you're allowed to have an opinion, so is everybody else. Respect the right for people to have an opinion. Do not use your opinion to judge other people or enforce your opinion on other people. If someone has a different opinion, let them have it. You're allowed to express your opinion, and they are allowed to express theirs. But be open-minded enough to hear what other people are saying. To listen to them. If you think they're valid, adopt it. If you don't think it's valid, just say, I don't agree with it, but you're entitled to your opinion. That's it. I get so sick and tired, especially on Twitter, of when someone just says express an opinion and people just say like the worst possible things and just say you're wrong, you're evil. It's like, no, people are entitled to an opinion. If you don't like it, ignore it. We are not here to convince people that we are right. Everyone has an opinion. You're entitled to it. So for the love of God, just stop all this stupid drama, especially on Twitter. It's just so painful. And the ones that I hate the most is where someone says something and someone just twists it to suit another purpose. It's like, what is wrong with you people? You're just out there just to start drama. It's like, why are you even around? Like, these people who go out there just to start arguments, to cause drama, like, you're not contributing anything to society. You're not contributing anything at all. You're just starting debates for the sake of debates. And it's just so pointless. And I've probably just gone into a controversy there myself. But I mean, let's face it. If people were more open-minded about opinions in general, we wouldn't have so many arguments. We wouldn't have so much drama. We wouldn't have so many people getting sent into depression because people are launching targeted attacks against each other for having an opinion. And it just gets so ridiculous. And this is about self-help. Be yourself. Be awesome. Be open-minded. Like, don't close yourself off to other possibilities. Pardon me, I just need to scroll through my notes. Oh, excuse me. So what was the last one I've got down here? Because I've got be yourself, be awesome, be open-minded. Oh, that's about it. But yeah, I mean, oh yeah, listen. Like, a lot of people say to me that I'm a good listener. And I just sort of look at them and I think, that's not hard to do. Like, what does it take to listen? Well, you sort of sit there and you either read what people are saying or listen to what people are saying, depending on if it's in text or in voice. How is that difficult? Like, it's a natural trait to listen. But what I discover is that people just do not actually listen to people. They hear what they say or read what they say, but they don't actually interpret it. they put their own they they put themselves into it. They apply their own meaning to it, and suddenly you're not listening to them. Suddenly you are taking their words, applying your own meaning to it, and then projecting it back to them. That's not listening. That's hearing what's being said. It's almost like well, no, it's not like Chinese whispers, but basically the idea is that the information that's being conveyed is not getting through, and thus is being lost in translation. It's like miscommunication. And so what happens is it goes in, goes through your brain, is perceived incorrectly to the original meaning, and then projected back. What I do is that if people communicate to me, I will phrase it back to them and say, have I got this right? Because it's important in any sort of discussion, especially when it gets to helping people with their issues, in a discussion to make sure that you're both on the same page, because otherwise arguments can happen because two people have misunderstood the problem. I've nearly lost friends over misunderstandings like that, and it's only when I've clarified the point that I've realised I've been wrong. And that follows on to the idea of being wrong does not make you weak. Recognising that you're in the wrong is a strength, because you're able to criticise yourself and improve from that. If you can't see the wrong in yourself, then you're dooming yourself, because other people will see it, and if you can't see it, then you're doomed to fail. But having weaknesses is not a weakness in itself. Recognising you have them is a strength. Not recognising, if you believe that you're perfect, you already have a weakness, because you are deluding yourself. No one's perfect. Don't aim to be perfect. And I sort of trailed off the point there. But yes, listen. Listen to people. Hear what they say, and hear how they say it. Tell it back to them, so that you're both sure you're on the same page. Hear what they're saying. That's all I can say. Like I said, people say I'm a great listener. Everyone can be a great listener. You just have to put in the effort to try. That's all it takes. Just put in the effort to try and understand the other person. It's not hard. And I've got no idea how many topics I've gone through on this. But if you're suffering from anxiety or depression, reach out to somebody. To a trusted friend. To a professional. I mean, if it gets bad enough, call up the Samaritans. That's what they're there for. They're there to help. If you need professional help, seek therapy. If you can. But don't just sit there and do nothing, because nothing will change if you do nothing. And it's one of those ridiculous concepts that I see all the time. And it falls into the idea of the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you go through every day and don't do any changes at all, then more often than not, the day is going to go exactly the same every day. So if you're in depression and you're waiting for it to change, you have to be the change. Because if you don't, it's not going to go away. That's what I learned. If I didn't become the change, nothing would have changed. And I probably would be in a worse position now than I was. Be the change. Be yourself. Be awesome. Make you the best you want to be. It's as simple as that. The process obviously is not as simple, but that's the theory behind it. If you wish to speak to me about your anxiety or depression, leave a comment. Well, leave a comment, that's basically it. Or hit me up on Twitter, and we'll go from there. I have no qualms about speaking to people if they have issues. I can't guarantee I can help. That's the nature of things. But what have you got to lose from reaching out? If you're already suffering from like anxiety, depression, what have you got to lose? I'm random Johnny number 7. What can I possibly do to make it any worse? And that's the prospect is, don't be afraid to confront it, because that's what you're going to have to do anyway if you want it to get better. Seek out people you trust, seek out friends, seek out family, seek out professionals, but get onto it and get onto it as soon as you can. I mean, like I say, if you want to get in touch with me, hit me up on Twitter. I might be able to help. Who knows? But I've probably rambled on for a bit now. This has gone on for getting on for 21 minutes. I think that's about it. But basically, the premise of this is be yourself, be awesome, be the best you can be. If you don't like who you are, then improve who you are. Make yourself you. Be the best you can be. Listen to each other. It's not hard. Be open-minded. You don't have to agree with what everyone says, but allow them the right to have an opinion. Just allow them that right. It's as simple as that. And last of all, if you have anxiety or depression, I'm not saying that I'm like some sort of like God in this. I'm not. I'm just an average person. But follow my example of look at the problem, face it, get help, speak to people, do self-help, look up stuff online, get material, get stuff, but don't just expect it to go away. It won't. Things like that don't just fix themselves. You have to fix them yourself. You have to be the change. And I think that's going to be a catchphrase of mine now. Be the change. Don't let change wash over you. Be the change. And I think that's probably about it. I don't know what more I can put into this. But get in touch with me if you need me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to do this as a sort of a personal thing. There'll be more, I don't know, fart jokes and crap humour coming up in future clips. Probably Kerbal Training Academy. Well, I'll probably fix the audio this time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Blackendrose, and this is my clip for helping to fight anxiety and depression. See you later, guys, and remember, be yourself, be awesome. Take care.